Are you ready for the new waifu tier list? Are you ready, me boy, to get some fucking Steven Universe waifu tier list going? Let's talk about Steven! Oh!
Penis? I mean, Steven?
Hello! And welcome to another waifu tier list video.
We're talking about Steven!
God, boy golly, I've been waiting for this tier list for a hot minute.
Adam did not watch this show until after the Avatar tier list when I said to him, Adam, what if the next tier list was Steven Universe? And I brought him out of the dark, and his life has been forever changed,
Dude.
I think.
Dude, I'm shining bright like a diamond, baby. This show is so fucking good. There was an Adam before Steven Universe and an Adam after Steven Universe, and ne'er the two shall meet.
He's been wearing this afro for the past month.
Dude, it's starting to stink. And bro, but here we are. I can finally take this afro off once this video ends.
For me personally, I've always really enjoyed the show. I think it's awesome. I have my issues with it, mostly like the writing and the pacing, but where I think it really shines is its characters, and that, my dear friends and viewers, will be the subject of today's video. Before you, we present another waifu tier list. I think the most important thing to note is that we're not covering every single goddamn female character in the show because...
No shot.
Oh! There's 5 seasons, way too many characters. We're covering mostly just the important gems, not hitting the side characters. Most importantly, we're not hitting the townies because... who cares? You know, that being said, Connie... throughout the series, I think at like the end of it, she's like 16 or 17, so it wouldn't be appropriate for 2 grown men to rank her. But I do think she deserves a mention as the love interest of the protagonist.
I couldn't agree more.
All right, so now we're gonna start this tier list proper. Adam, would you like to have the first go?
Wait, hold up, Mitch.
What? What's up?
Don't you see something wrong with this picture?
Oh yeah, my mistake. Would you like to start?
Garnet.
Yeah.
My sweet, thick-thighed, afroed, beautiful, just kind, caring, motherly, small 2 lesbians into 1 big lesbian gem. I love Garnet more than any other character in this entire list. Garnet is the best character in Steven Universe. Don't at me. It's Garnet.
We're starting pretty strong because I might have to agree with you. There are a few other contenders in here who are pretty sharp, but Garnet is like, oh, she's Excalibur.
Mitch, we might have to make love after that, because I was going to say Excalibur as well.
Brother, you are not Garnet. I cannot make love to you.
Here's the thing. I respect that Garnet is an idea. It almost feels disrespectful to talk about her as a waifu, but if we're going personality-based, like, she is just the greatest, and I guess it's because it's 2 great personalities put together, 2 very different personalities coming together as one perfect relationship.
I do like Ruby and Sapphire as characters, but I think to talk about them separately would just there wouldn't be enough substance for us to talk about.
There's no point, in my opinion.
When Garnet's just so much fucking, she's the combination of both of them. She's just the best of both worlds.
What I love about her is she's the combination of both of them and her own thing all in one. Like that's what's so mind-blowing about a show like Steven Universe is that a character like Garnet can for me, there's not even a question. She's going to God tier for me.
She's got the MILF energy. She's got the wit. She's got the dry humor. She's got the square hair. And there's just, you can't argue it.
More than anybody in the show, I relate to the mailman character more than anybody else.
We'll pull up that episode where Jamie gets in love with Garnet.
Dude, I am Jamie, and I'm in love with Garnet. And I can't have her because she's a relationship.
And she's a cartoon. Also, that...
Fuck you, man!
Amethyst, for me, it's tough, you know, honestly, to come off a Garnet and be like, let's discuss the next woman on the list. Because She definitely has the potential to give me the fuck me eyes. And for that, I would definitely give her, like, the B tier at least. But she's also kind of just more of, like, a... It's similar to Toph. She's kind of more of a bro. Honestly, Amethyst seems like a really chill homie, especially by the end of the series when she started to kind of work through her own personal problems in, like, a really mature way. And she develops her relationship with, like, Steven.
You know what? Amethyst at the very beginning, I really didn't fuck with. Like, she was cool and you could, like, chill. But
Fun.
Like, she was fine to, like, hang out with. But you know, Amethyst after, you, like, would go out of your way to go and hang out with her. You know?
It almost grows to the point where she was the student who literally ends up, by the end of the series, becoming the teacher.
Absolutely.
And she ends up, like, teaching Gems, like, hey, like, just be yourself, man. You don't have to be perfect. You just gotta be. She's got great hair. Sometimes she got the eyes. Sometimes those dance moves gonna make me misbehave. But for me, I would put Amethyst in B tier personally, just because I think she's more of just a good, solid friend to have.
So, B for... better than other characters. Let's move on.
I fucking love it. Pearl.
Oh, look at her.
What a can of worms we are opening up with this one.
This is where I'm just realizing what that photo is.
Because we spent the entire series with Pearl, she follows the similar arc to Garnet and Amethyst, where she has kind of learned not a way to necessarily defeat all of her personal problems and never have them bother her again, but a way that she's at least come to terms with them and learned to kind of help others while putting aside the things that she herself faces. That being said, man, she's a real psycho sometimes, and that's tough to overlook.
Mitch, you put it very nicely.
I'm gonna drink this shit and try to forget about, like, season 1, 2, 3 Pearl.
Fuck Pearl, bro! Okay, I get it, that, like, by the end of the show, she repressed a lot of stuff to protect a lot of people.
And she had to. She didn't have a choice in that matter.
But also, Pearl, girl, get yourself together! Stop with all this petty bullshit. And I get it. You know, I have to empathize because...
I do too.
I mean, like, all these gems are, like, thousands of years old. And just, like, these like, gods amongst men. And her love interest is with somebody who will maybe live to, like, 70, if he's lucky. And he's just this goofy-ass artist. And I think, more than anything, something I can't stand is that sort of pompous, turn my nose up at you kind of person.
Which is really what we see a lot in the early seasons.
And the thing is a Pearl is supposed to be like that. She's supposed to be a very high society servant. So that is her role. And I get that that's a part of her, but you think that there would be more growth in Pearl in these thousands of years that she's been with Rose Quartz and been with the other two who seem to have a better grasp on how to enjoy the simpler things in life.
Garnet and Amethyst are both anomalies, so in the way you'd think that would rub off more on Pearl, but because of how long she was with Rose, who was her former master, you know, I think it stunted her growth a bit. But there's something very psychotic about her obsession with Rose and her obsession with feeling, like, powerful and useful, and the way she throws herself into danger. There's just a lot of self-destructive traits in Pearl that, even if she has moved past them or is implied to have moved past them in, like, future, still a little bit dangerous in my mind. I would put Pearl in C.
Pearl is going in C for me. Here's what I'll say is the woman who voices Pearl, Dee Dee, I forget her last name.
Dee Dee Magno Hall, I think is her name.
Oh, bless you.
I would argue that she is one of the best, if not the best singer in the show. Probably also best voice actor overall. Just looking through this roster, she is...
Pearl has some solid moments. And I really like her maternal way that she is with Steven.
She is good to Steven.
She's a very good mother to Steven. I think that just the way that she is doesn't gel with me. And, you know, maybe I was a little aggressive, a little rough.
It was funny, though.
A little rough on Pearl. I think we gave Pearl a fair shake, and so that's where we'll keep Pearl is C.
Peridot. Dude, If there was ever a character in this show that actually got the attention she deserved, at least for like a season or two, it was Peridot. I don't think there's a single person who's watched this show that isn't like, yo, that green-haired Dorito girl's a pretty good character. I like her. She had the entire arc. She went from homeworld servant to her own person, and consistently then throughout the series, we saw nothing but that. And just that synopsis alone, I feel like makes for great character moments. But she's also just really fucking funny, really fucking stubborn. And overall, just she's a joy to watch. Everybody loves Peridot. Waifu-wise, she's real cute. I know a lot of people like that. For me personally, that's not my thing. But just for how great she is, like as an entity, I would say she'd probably be like an A tier. Peridot's phenomenal character, up there with Garnet as one of the best in the show.
Here is what I will say about Peridot. When I saw her in season 1, I was like, this fucking bitch. She's just gonna be a thorn in their side the whole time. She's gonna suck as a character. And I will give it up to good-ass writing. Oh, what an arc did she have.
Oh, it was great.
She is a great character. There is something about somebody who is so analytical and by the book and by the numbers to then start enjoying the finer, more messy things in life.
Yeah.
That is so endearing to me. And again, Peridot's look doesn't do anything for me.
Yeah.
It's not for me. But as a character...
Adam, look at that face. Come on.
I mean, she's cute.
Yeah, she is cute. But
I mean, she got me melting like butter here.
It takes more than that to erect my shaft.
I'm also a huge softie because in future, when she wakes him up and both of them are in tears, when I tell you I rewatched it like 4 times just to continue like my crying session. Fuck me, man. Somebody with that kind of support and that kind of realness is going in A tier.
I don't think we ever talked about this off camera, but a lot of people kind of take Peridot as sort of like a metaphor for like autism and people with disabilities integrating into society.
Wow.
And I mean, obviously that's not literally true because they're all like space rocks. Adam, let's clink glasses. I gotta be honest, brother. Lapis Lazuli. Usually during these waifu lists, I kind of try to keep my composure. Try to keep everything coherent, objective. Have just a good old calm time with it. Lapis Lazuli gets my dick rock hard. Completely unstable, ridden with trauma, toxic as fuck. Will take it out on you without even thinking about it. And I want her inside me.
I really tried to keep my cool. I'm sorry.
She is everything that I know I shouldn't want, but anybody who's in a toxic relationship wants. She's got the look, she's got the personality, she's got the bitch. You know what? Lapis Lazuli. More like... Serious, swear to God, one of my all-time favorite waifus just ever. If there was a woman, a cartoon woman, who I could choose to bring out of that screen and release from the confines of her life and bring into the real world of depression and famine and just all sorts of shitty things, Lapis, you come with me, babe. That's all I got. I'm fucked up. That wine hit faster than I thought.
Lapis, you know where you stand. Let's move on.
You weren't even gonna say anything. I love it. I love it.
Mitchell.
Adam.
The next person on this list. Bismuth. What a fucking treat Bismuth was to this series.
Oh, Bismuth is cool as fuck, and she deserves way more than she got.
She's an absolute joy. She's just a great character. She's the one who picks Steven up by his bootstraps and is just like, okay, all your friends got their memories wiped. We're gonna figure this shit out. Even if it takes thousands of years, and you'll be dead, Steven. Maybe.
But I won't.
But I won't, and I'll figure it out.
Bismuth is, I think, even as conflict aside, Bismuth is real as hell. And not in like a rude, like, kind of like a, oh, like, I'll antagonize you kind of way. She is, you know? She's always trying to see the best in shit. Even if that shit does mean murdering the diamonds. And, you know, ultimately, I kind of feel like there was a really gray area in that episode, because let's put this in human terms. If someone hadn't killed Hitler, she doesn't know that the writers are gonna grab us by the ass and pull out all our shit and our fucking colons and be like, no, the diamonds are good people now. She's like, oh fuck, we're dealing with Hitler. We gotta stop it. I think after that whole debacle is said and done and they finally decide to unbubble her, I don't know why the fuck they kept her bubbled after like 3 whole fucking seasons when she clearly had a turnaround before Steven poofed her. I think beyond that, Bismuth is just fun.
Bismuth, to me, her look doesn't do much for me.
Yeah, not to me personally either, you know?
But Bismuth as a character, I don't think can go any lower than a B. I would put her even higher.
I'd put her right below Peridot. I just wish she had more screen time personally. Like, that's my only, like, her, Lapis, for obvious reasons, and Peridot, I wish got more screen time in later seasons. I wish they didn't, for some fucking reason, bubble her for 2 fucking seasons and it just kept her around, you know, like, maybe talk to her. Yeah, Bismuth was great. Really underutilized in the show, but great. A tier.
Fuck yeah, we love Bismuth.
Yeah. It's time for the big one, my boy.
All right.
Shall we talk about Pink Diamond?
Shall we talk about Pink Diamond / Rose Quartz / Steven? Shall we do that?
This is a hot topic to this day among fans, I think, and I think there's a really good reason for it. From the writer's perspective, I know, again, I have issues with how some characters kind of get shafted in favor of, like, the human townies that nobody gives a fuck about, but the way that Pink Diamond's entire story arc was handled was, I would say it was fucking masterful. You slowly learn more and more about her from the people who knew her, but you never get to see it firsthand. And as you meet more and more people that knew her, you learn about the worst and worst things she did farther into the past, but retroactively, you see how far she's come as a person, becoming Rose Quartz, fighting against everything that her family stood for, which is such a ballsy thing to do, but she did some really bad shit in the past, and we gotta talk about that, so...
Pink Diamond.
Wow.
Aesthetically, she cute.
Yeah, she's cute.
She a baddie. I ain't gonna deny it.
We'll get that out of their way. She definitely has one of the best faces.
She a baddie. But also her Rose Quartz form is also a fucking cutie.
Oh, dude, Rose Quartz is even badder, to be honest.
I got something about big hair and
sickness.
When you think of all the selfish, just abusive bullshit that she put everyone through for her own gain. Don't even get me started on, like, all the different people she's fucked over in this show that then Steven has had to deal with.
We still have yet to get to most of them.
She's one of the 4 most powerful beings in the entire universe. She has 2 out of 3 forms that are extremely pleasing to look at.
Sorry, the way you put that was really funny to me.
I can't put Pink Diamond any lower than an A.
Really?
I can't. Here's where I'm at with why she's an A. In her Rose Quartz form, you see the love and attention that she puts towards nature, puts towards human beings. She decided to do something that was, as humans would see it, good. She fought for somebody like Garnet.
That is a really good point. She did have a very open mind when it came to just change and everything. She was fascinated with it.
And God, that's so attractive to me, you know? And so, yes, she did a lot of wrong things, but I also have to think like this. Diamonds have to be thousands of years old.
They're arguably the oldest gems.
Imagine if we lived thousands of years, how many wrongdoings we would have, and how many enemies we would create, how many problems we would have. If we as humans can't even imagine that.
How stuck in our ways would we be? You know, and for her to go against that? Fucking crazy. She did a lot of fucked up shit, but again, we get her character arc in reverse. So we hear about the great shit she did first, and then by the end of the series, we hear about every horrible thing she did. So we have a little bit of recency bias, but I do agree that her being the one in her family to step out and love all forms of life, not just theirs, is a really ballsy thing and a really honorable thing to do. And, you know, we also forget all the good things that she's done, and technically speaking, her actions did lead to peace across the Diamond Empire and the universe. So, you know what? I could concede to putting her in either lowest tier A or top tier B. Because I gotta say, she's kind of fun.
Put her in top tier B. Because, yeah, she really did some fucked up shit, and I don't think she should just get off the hook for that.
She's going in B.
To run away from her problems, she decided to turn herself into a little boy.
Isn't that kind of just like cross-dressing, in a sense?
Ugh.
Aside from Pink, I feel like we don't get enough character development on the Diamonds, which I wish we did. Because I love the idea of the antagonistic evil force being related to the protagonist and being able to be swayed by the good actions of their relatives, you know? Like, that's like, oh, they're not doing evil things because they're dicks. They're doing evil things because I think it's the best course of action for their species, and all they need is like a redirection, you know? I like that concept. Wife material, I wouldn't put her high. Maybe C or D, honestly. But I do like Yellow Diamond a lot. I think she's cool.
I fuck with the major song that she has, but I think Yellow's getting a C for me. I think she's going to match her her tier, which is pretty cool.
That's ironic, but that works out.
I really fuck with that.
I do enjoy that one of the most imposing villains is now a much more empathetic person now that she knows the full story behind things.
What do you think about Anti-White, Mitch?
She's big and bad, but she comes around. You know, I do feel gypped by not getting White Diamond's backstory. I think that would have been an essential part of the series. She is only ever presented as either the villain or like the really eccentric aunt that's just like, no, just let's hang out, let's have fun. I do like that side of her personality, but I wish that the transition was more natural. If the transition was more natural, I would like her a lot as a character. But because it's not, I'd give her the only D tier so far, to be honest.
White Diamond, for me, going right in D tier.
Then it's decided, my friend. We will, where's the mouse? Oh, there it is.
To go into our next character, I think we got to finish off these bottles, Mitch.
Fair enough.
All right. Cheers, brother. Mitch.
Adam.
Blue Diamond. The mother of all space mommies. Like, a huge thing with all these characters is that they're not sexualized at all.
Correct. Steven Universe made a point to not give any of their leads, like, huge fucking tits. But they were powerless to stop Blue Diamond's massive childbirthing hips. And you cannot tell me that gems were not made to have sex with humans with a pelvis like that.
All right, first of all, Irish accent, fucking already take me.
Great fucking singer. Beautiful, silky smooth voice.
She's awesome. But there is something about that, like, sultry way that she just carries herself. She's very elegant, but also, as you get to, like, know this character, you can see that she craves to have that fun like she had with Pink Diamond. Like, like when they have the bath scene. She's just a character that you can tell, like, has to be regal and very like sensitive to like her position, but also has a fun side to her.
For me, Blue Diamond is, aside from like Lapis and Peridot, and maybe Bismuth as one of the main, the main crew, I wish that Blue Diamond got more screen time, because I would have loved to develop the character who cares so much about her family. I would have loved to see more of that, and I would have loved if they had built more towards her transition and change your mind when she eventually saw Steven's point of view and was like, oh shit, our actions really affected Pink, and because I care so much for my family, I'm gonna go against what we've been doing for the past thousands of years. Aside from like that great bit of implied character development, Blue superficially is just the hottest fucking character on the show. There is no question about it. Those thunder thighs, that fucking voice, that fucking face.
Without a doubt.
Dude, does she go above Garnet?
I think she does.
Gotta do it, man. Let's talk about Jasper. Arguably, in my opinion, just because of how long I've been immersed in this show and how much I've kind of delved into like the fan base and like the implications, Jasper's a really cool character because of the way that she deals with both the concept of strength and status and also grief. Pink, for all intents and purposes, was considered dead. Jasper wants nothing more than to be loyal and to be the best soldier she can be. And in doing so, even when she learns the truth that Pink became Steven, she is still so connected to her old ideals of what she considers to be strength and what she considers to be right, that she's having trouble coming to terms with what, most people would consider to actually be right.
To me, Jasper's D. But I understand your points. I think they are valid points. She is a character that has depth.
I also would agree with D. Just because even by the end of the series, the only things that we see that Jasper really cares about are being strong and serving her cause. They could have done a lot with Jasper. They didn't, so I would put her at a D solely because she has no interest in anybody else. The muscly, like, super buff girl isn't my type personally, but I think what really seals her at the D is that she doesn't fucking care about love.
With the D?
Full stop. I might have to say, this could be drunk me. Spinel might be my favorite character in the entire show. I don't know about Waifu, but personally, I love the concept of her purpose. She's taught that she has one purpose, to be Pink's best friend. Pink abandons her. For 6,000 years, she feels like she's failed that purpose. And through Steven, she learns to be her own person and not necessarily a best friend, but a friend to other people. I fucking love Spinel's growth. I fucking love her character arc. I fucking love everything about Spinel. I don't think I'd fuck her though. She's like the quintessential like friend / sister character. Like, I genuinely want to see her happy, and then when she's not, I genuinely want to injure someone.
Here's what I gotta say about Spinel. Alright? Cute. She's got that rubber hose animation. just a fun character to be around. Extremely traumatized. There is a devastating story to Spinel that breaks my fucking heart every time I think about it. To be abandoned by your best friend, told to wait in a single place for thousands of years.
And to not be able to defy that order, that's the thing. Because the gems are programmed to do what their diamonds say.
Absolutely.
That's fucked.
And she's just there. But she's so happy. She's so happy to, like, just on the thought of her coming back. And it never happens. And then she finally realizes, I've been duped. I've been absolutely fucking hoodwinked. Fuck you guys. And I'm gonna go down there and sing one of the best songs, arguably, in the entire fucking show. I think I've gotta agree. I think that Spinel is going above Peridot.
And that speaks volumes to me, because Peridot was built up throughout half a season to an entire season of just being this great fucking character. And Spinel does that in a movie and a couple of episodes. It's incredible to me how well they handled her, especially considering, you know, how like, oh, after season 2, Peridot really didn't get any attention, or like Lapis didn't get much attention, or Bismuth was like fucking shafted for the whole series. Spinel gets the point across so well of a trauma victim doing a bad thing, but really not wanting to do that thing because they're just hurting, and she realizes that, and that self-awareness is so fucking admirable. Even if you're not about her in terms of like, oh, I would want to fuck this noodle, she is just a great fucking character, and I personally speaking, could not put her below A tier, just because if she's your waifu, I completely understand. She deserves it.
Mitch, we've come to the end of our tier list.
We have
many rock mommies that we've encountered on this list.
There's so many.
There's so many great characters to this show. From the beginning to the very end of this show is one character. And that character begins as a rock alien and ends as a Chad.
Alright, well, thank you so much for watching our Steven Universe tier list. I sincerely hope you've enjoyed this. If you came here for more Hell of a Boss reaction, it's not the same show. But if it was, I would hope you would enjoy that. Stay tuned for the next Hell of a Boss tier list once the series finishes.
Thank you guys so much for watching this. We hope you enjoyed. And Mitch,
Adam,
I think with that, we can end this. We can end this entire show, this entire experience, with one thing.
Steven!